I got warned by the refs.
Were you standing up?
No techs. Well, standing up. No techs and no ejections all year, but a couple warnings along the way.
What do you mean no texts?
Technical.
Technicals?
Oh, technicals. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
What was the warning for?
I'd had enough of their fucking bullshit.
Welcome to our Film Fathers podcast, the definitive podcast about fatherhood, film, and fatherhood in film. This is Jelani, and with me as always are a guy who is limited, and a guy who let his bunkmates lick honey off of him for nourishment. Martin and Brady.
I was born in 1601. I'm a vampire. I've been around forever. I've met many Marty Mausers over the centuries. Some of them crossed me, some of them weren't straight. They weren't honest. And those are the ones that are still here. You go out and win that game, you're going to be here forever too. And you'll never be happy. You will never be happy.
I have a purpose. You don't. If you think that's some kind of blessing, it's not. It puts me at a huge life disadvantage. It means I have an obligation to see a very specific thing through. And with obligation comes sacrifice, okay?
This week, we're showcasing our ping pong expertise while discussing one of the most talked about movies of the last year. One of those topics is, of course, whether Timothée Chalamet just casually dropped another masterclass, or if he's officially entered his he can do anything now era. Making people care about Marty Supreme is no small feat, but Chalamet not only does that, but probably needs to start being discussed as an all-time great. At this point, is Timothée Chalamet just picking great roles, or is he the reason they become great in the first place?
He's the best thing about this movie. His acting, I think.
Well, I
don't know.
I think there's no doubt he was phenomenal in it, and not to mention, like, kind of glossing over the fact that he was amazing at ping pong, like, because he tried. I think he said it was like for 3 years he was working on ping pong.
Oh, I didn't even know that. Is that right? Like,
yeah.
How much of this was how much of it was CGI, and how much of it was just him playing?
I think they did some CGI to because in order to make like the shots always hit. But he was, I think they said for like 3 years while he was filming other movies, I think I saw him interviewed talking about that. He said, I think even like maybe during the second Dune, he had like a ping pong table with him everywhere he was.
It's kind of hard to
he was like training.
Carry a ping pong table in your back pocket, but
so like that part alone is crazy to get, that skilled and proficient at that one aspect of it. But just the acting in general, he was great. I mean, I'm a big fan of his, but he rarely disappoints in my opinion.
Yeah, it's just not as good as Uncut Gems, in my opinion.
It's funny you said that because I saw a tweet and it was essentially someone's like, "Oh, he, oh my god, Jesus, what's his name? The director,
Safdie.
Safdie.
The Safdie brothers.
Sorry,
whichever one it is.
No, it's Benny, right? Or am I wrong?
Yeah.
Oh, it is
Benny's
Josh.
Well, they're both. They both. Isn't it the Safdie brothers?
No,
or
this is
one
just
listed
Josh.
as a director.
Did they split?
Okay.
Well, they're still brothers.
No, I know.
Yeah, but
they're not working
like
together.
The Coens. Is it just Joel? Is it just Benny or just Josh on this one?
Who's Joel?
Joel and Ethan.
I said like the Coens.
Oh, yeah. So they were saying the tweet was like pretty much what you just said, Martin. They're like, oh, it's just like the movie itself was like kind of not as good as Uncut Gems, and someone's like, yeah, I mean he should have just stopped at Good Time. He's like he just keeps making the same movie and trying to do it better, but it was good the first time, and I'm like, I don't totally disagree actually.
I think Good Time was really good. I think Uncut Gems was great, and I think this one, apparently people think it's great, but I don't know. For me, it was really all Chalamet being this kind of hectic, a awesome character, and it's great to see him like that because we haven't seen him like that before. He's always been kind of more subdued, so it's cool to watch that. But I just didn't dig the story as much, and maybe I don't know, maybe it needs another watch. But I just feel like I watched Good Time a couple times. I would like to watch Uncut Gems again, and this one I just don't know if I'll ever get around to watching. It wasn't bad by any means, but I just think there was a lot of hype, and I thought I would. And that's probably my problem, is that it was hyped up too much, and I expected to love it, and I just didn't.
I think you're right, Martin. I think there's parts of the movie where you're just like, it's so chaotic, and his life is so chaotic, and I never really rooted for him. Like, all the things that he was doing, he was always like hustling to get, better for himself, but he was always screwing somebody else over. Like when he was with Tyler the Creator, and they went to went to go hustle people in New Jersey or whatever. And then when they had the dog, and it's like all you had to do was take the dog in, and you could have been whatever that mobster would have given you, he would have given you. It was always like he was just hustling and doing it poorly. Like he thinks he's got all these wild, great ideas, and none of them ever work out. And I never really felt like, oh, that stinks, that didn't work out. Like I was just like, yeah, you kind of deserve that because you're kind of being a jerk about it. So.
Yeah, sounds like good. Are you talking about Good Time or?
Well, I mean, all of them, right? I feel like it wasn't chaotic enough though. For some reason, like I expected a really huge ending, and then for it to kind of end, I don't know, maybe for it to end like almost in a happy place, and I don't know, it was just weird for that. When in Uncut Gems, you had the big death, and it just was a kind of a little bit more of a shock. And then in Good Time, yeah, they get arrested, but in this one, it's just like, okay, is it a happier ending, or am I looking at it wrong?
I think he realizes that all of his hustle was for naught, right? Like, yeah, he got to go and play ping pong and beat the guy, but then in the end, like, none of that really mattered because that's what wasn't important.
He didn't have anyone to share it with. It was because he had burned every bridge along the way. He was essentially standing on an island, or at the top of the mountain, but by himself. And I think to Jelani's point, it wasn't nearly as gratifying as maybe all the work it took to get there. And you simultaneously have this child, being born back home, and that becomes obviously what he goes back to. But and then I think when he's looking at, through the glass, it's the realization he's like that feeling was way better than the feeling of what he had been grinding and screwing people over to chase and get. I think because he felt that obligation, kind of like the quote we read at the beginning, like he legitimately felt like he had, whether it was a gift or whether it was earned, but he had a skill that, and he had somewhere to be, and something important that was going to happen as a result of it, and it was kind of all for naught. And you got Kevin O'Leary, kind of as this antagonist role, but also then I think recognizing a little bit of, going on stage and telling him the quote that you read, Martin.
Yeah. What did you guys think of Kevin O'Leary?
I didn't really understand when I heard he was in it. Why?
Like, why pick him?
Yeah. Like, there was a bunch of random cameos, or I don't know if it counts as a cameo. That actually,
yeah,
I thought it was going to be a cameo. That was a pretty big role.
Yeah, it was a big role. Yeah, I think he handled it pretty capable.
I actually do
capable.
too. I don't know.
Is he your favorite shark?
No.
Who's your favorite shark? Cuban.
I thought he was going to go with David John.
Anybody like Kevin O'Leary?
I appreciate his blunt honesty about what he's out to get. I'm not saying that I always agree with him, and I think he is kind of like a bit of a what he is. But I don't for the show I don't mind him. And yeah, I thought he did capably here.
Oh, he was way better than I anticipated. But he kind of had to be a wealthy businessman.
Yeah, which is
With
it's not a
kind
farm
of a
with an
jerk.
attitude, yeah, kind of a jerk.
Not a stretch.
But besides him, or non-actors, I saw a list and it was like, yeah, you had him. You had obviously Jelani. You mentioned Tyler, the Creator. I don't know if he's been in really many movies. Obviously, he's not what he's known for. Although I thought he did a pretty good job.
I thought he did all right,
the
too.
role that he had. There was
I saw him at Lalo last year.
a businessman, John Katsibatidis, who I recognize when I looked him up. It says owner, president, chairman, and CEO of grocery chains Gristetti's and D'Agostino supermarkets in Manhattan. I don't, that name didn't mean anything to me per se. Author Pico Iyer, George Gervin,
The Iceman?
the Iceman, the true Iceman. I did recognize radio host Ted Williams. I was like, is that the homeless dude with the voice from years back?
Was he the announcer at the ping pong hall?
Yeah, he was at the ping pong hall.
Okay.
So was Gervin.
Yeah,
Gervin was like the main dude there. Yeah,
I saw the guy and I kept looking at him like, why does that guy look so familiar? And then,
same exact thing. I didn't know until I saw it. I was like, oh, dude, that was definitely the Iceman.
Yeah.
And then I didn't recognize him in it, but Tracy McGrady and Kemba Walker were part of the Harlem Globetrotters.
Oh, I didn't even notice that.
I mean, they didn't really show him that well,
Yeah.
or that close. And then I guess lastly, and Martin, maybe you spotted, but David Mamet,
Yeah,
director.
I saw that after.
He was
but yeah,
he was the director of the play.
Yeah, yep. And then Penn Jillette, you didn't mention. Right? Penn and Teller.
I didn't see him. I think I did see that, but I didn't spot him.
He was the farmer guy.
Oh my god! I don't think I even picked up on that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he doesn't have the ponytail anymore, and he looks different when he's not in like his suit.
Right.
But yeah, I saw Penn and Teller in Vegas with Charlie actually a couple years ago.
But real quick on Mamet.
David Mamet.
It said he was a regular at the Riverside Table Tennis Courts at 96 and Broadway, which Marty Reisman operated for over 20 years. So there was like a real affinity for the subject matter.
There you go. Do you guys know Odessa Azion, if that's how you say her name? Azion?
No, she was the one that came out of nowhere, right? Like
Rachel. Well, I watched this show on HBO, I Love LA, and she's like, it's basically like Entourage meets Girls, but for now. So like two other HBO shows where it's like there's like a manager and she's like the it girl influencer that actually the main character or the main actress we've seen, she was the one on Saturday Night that we all thought was
Rachel
great.
Sennett?
I forget her name now. Yes, Rachel
oh
Sennett.
yeah, she's awesome.
Yeah, she's awesome, and
She
she's
was
good
in Bottoms
the
too,
show.
I think.
In Bottoms, that's right. Yeah. So Odessa's like the it girl influencer on this show I Love LA.
I Love LA.
So I've seen her.
No, I'm unfamiliar with that one. She was apparently on that show Ghosts on CBS too.
Dude, they've been pushing Ghosts for years. The only reason I ever see it is it's like on promos on
football.
The super. Yeah, exactly, for football. And then I'm like, who's watching this show? I feel like it's been on for like 5 or 6 years.
CBS
Any other CBS shows?
CSI or NCIS or whatever. Yeah.
We only do NCIS, and that's it. Oh.
Somebody was telling me that Suits was really good, and I'm like, oh, I'm sure it is. I'm like, I just can't ever watch it now because I made fun of. I'm like, me and Brady make fun of Jelani too much to ever like admit that it's actually a good show.
It'll never live up to the hype that you built it up in your head.
Right, like
we have not built
as bad
up the
as
hype.
we say.
There's
I
no
think
hype.
saying, negative hype.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because Kevin likes it too, and Kevin's got superb taste.
You're not gonna. You wouldn't hate it as much as you think you would.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Right.
Yeah, I know.
I've seen clips
I know
on
this.
TikTok. It's definitely a show I could watch. I definitely won't watch it.
Right.
But
it's past
we've got the time.
It's past its prime. Yeah, you missed it. You missed the window.
Missed the window.
So,
but yeah, that's.
Go
ahead.
When you think about like Chalamet and his performance, as far as how good it was, again, we talk about as a rule, like how a person or an actor makes you feel. If you feel like one way or another, if you dislike them, you like them, you love them, whatever, that kind of leads to the mark of it actually being a good performance. Did you have feelings one way or the other towards his character? Did you hate it? Did you love it?
No, I didn't hate him. Like, I think, again, not to keep going back to it, but like in Uncut Gems, he's a despicable, just the worst kind of person that I hate, Adam Sandler's character. Whereas Timothy Chalamet had a lot of, Marty Mauser in this had a lot of maybe similar things, but I thought he was kind of charming. Like I like his confidence. I like the way he calls people up and just sizes people up and talks to people. I liked it. I don't know. Maybe it's the way. It seems to me that that's how it was supposed to be taken. Like that's the way it was written, and then Chalamet pulled that off really well. That he is kind of like you're saying, like he's kind of doing all these things. Maybe you're not necessarily rooting for him, but you can't help but like him. Can't help but be charmed by him. I think that's how I felt, at least.
Yeah, I definitely didn't like straight up dislike him. Like there were times it was like annoying, but I would say I was probably more charming than annoying to me. Like he could find himself, convincing Gwyneth Paltrow's character to, kind of fall back in. And even when she was had seen enough and it was over with, like there was just enough of a pull, and he had enough ability to like keep him on, get himself back into wherever he needed to do to try to work that hustle from some angle. So, and it was very believable. I just think, I thought he did a phenomenal job, and I know it happened already, but like, we saw multiple movies with the actors that were up for Best Actor this year at the Oscars, and obviously Michael B. Jordan won, but I think Chalamet. I mean, I would argue like if he'd have won, I wouldn't have thought anything. I would have been really happy for him, and I wouldn't have been like, "Oh, dude, someone got robbed." Like, because I thought Chalamet was phenomenal.
Yeah, it was a strong. I mean, between Leo, Chalamet, and
MBJ
and Michael B. Jordan, alone, you had three. Like anyone, you can make the case for any of them.
Yeah, all three of them to win. But I don't know if I think for me, he played the role well, because after a while I was like, in the beginning you're like rooting for him because he's got the drive and everything like that, and you want him to win. But at the same time, like, as I said before, like the hustles that he was doing never worked out the way that you think they should have. And I felt annoyed with him trying to, keep hustling, even though it was just destroying people in his path, like left and right. And again, if an actor can pull that off and make you feel a kind of way about him, I think it's a good performance, because I didn't like how he continued to try and hustle, only thinking of himself, not caring about anything else that was in his path. And to that point, he did an excellent job in getting me to invoke that sort of emotion. So,
what do we think of old Gwyneth?
Yeah, I was just gonna say she kind of basically stopped acting acting sporadically, right? We haven't seen her really since Endgame, or maybe in something else since then. But she's just been doing the Goop thing. She did. She was probably correctly cast.
She's just being uber wealthy and not really needing to act. She's
kind of like her character.
It was. Maybe a little on the nose. She was. I agree. I think it was a well well done on the casting part, and whether it was written for her or not, I don't know. But it feels like she was exactly the right person for that role, and I'm sure she didn't mind rolling in the park with old Chalamet.
Did it smell like candle wax when they were rolling around?
The specific candle? The one specific candle. I've always been a fan of Gwyneth in the since the 90s. You guys know I love
Gwyneth.
The 90s, my favorite decade. Gwyneth. Since Seven and Perfect Murder, Royal Tenenbaums. Yeah.
I've had
there's been good roles.
I don't really mind her, but I don't know that I think she's a good actress.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. I'm not this. She's not the best actress, but I've always liked what she's done. I like the choices she's made. She did Great Expectations in the 90s too. I always liked that movie. I don't think anyone really likes that movie, but it's with Ethan Hawke as well. But yeah, I know what you're saying. She's not the best actress, but she always, I think, plays her part well. So whatever.
Well, I
take that for what it's worth.
I don't think you know what I'm saying then, because
okay, maybe you're maybe I'm disagreeing.
I think you're still putting her a lot higher on a pedestal than I'm trying to. I think she's not really a good actress. And I don't know that I've ever felt differently. I admittedly haven't seen Great Expectations, but if that's the one that's supposed to put me over the top.
No, it's not. I don't think it is. Like I said, I don't think anyone likes it.
I'm trying to think of.
She's a lot of the same, in my opinion.
Yeah, she's never one that I've like, oh, Gwyneth's in this movie, I gotta go see it. It's never that way. It's just background.
Just Shallow Hal.
Very much just a character that fits like a puzzle piece, right? Like it helps complete the picture, but you're not like amazed at that piece in the ensemble.
It does. It almost feels like, I mean, the movie was obviously set in the past, so it wouldn't have worked. But in some alternate reality, she could have played herself.
Yep.
Like you said, and it would have been like, no, this actually checks out. And she still had to get in like favors to get in a play, on Broadway or off Broadway or wherever it was.
Just in the Village somewhere.
We saw Fran Drescher and Sandra Bernard in the the nanny is his mom, and Bernard's we've seen it over the years, but not in a minute. So
no,
there's just these the casting was just very random, and not in a bad way. It was just like you kind of almost would accidentally see somebody.
Did his mom have? I guess not issues, but like there was a reason why she didn't want him to leave, right? She like just kind of held on to that part of the past, and she like when she was sleeping in his bed and stuff when he was gone.
I was thinking it was maybe I'm wrong, and I was thinking it was just really playing up like the Jewish mom aspect.
Yeah, I don't have one of those, so I couldn't tell you.
Nor I. It's been stereotypically portrayed over the years, but yeah, I didn't really understand it. She was like faking
the illnesses,
injuries and illnesses, and trying to, and then sleeping in his bed because she does miss him. I don't know. Maybe I'm with you, Jelani. I don't know if that was supposed to be understood or was just a flying over our head like a joke to Martin.
Yeah, come on, Marty. This is your namesake movie.
I know. How's this?
That was my nickname in high school.
Marty Supreme?
Yeah. Not really.
You could have just ran with it. Nobody would have known.
Yeah, you guys would ask Mike or my brother.
No, nobody that listens.
Your kin. We'd have had comments for days coming out of the...
yeah, nobody's fact-checking this.
Crew. You were free. You were free to own that.
But yeah, it's gonna do wonders for me in the time to come. It's also a long movie, right? 2.5 hours.
Yeah, I was
Seems a
like,
little long.
you just knew it was going to be long.
Yeah.
They can't figure out how to tell these stories in a reasonable amount of time.
100 minutes. Come on, guys. That's where you can top it up.
Definitely not in 100 minutes.
100 minutes.
Unless it's Dune, then you can make it as long as you fucking want.
That's the thing. We got Chalamet. The Dune 3 trailer has been out, and I just can't wait. I think I might need to finally go to the theater to see that one.
Yeah.
I didn't see any of the first two. It just feels like I kind of want to see them all in the theater.
Oh, you're going to triple feature?
I don't know if my body can hold up with that.
Yeah, how are you going to...
At this point, but...
I don't think you're going to be able to swing that kind of time, though, either.
That's true. I don't usually have time for a movie, let alone 3. It's like Christmas time, I think, right?
Yeah.
It's like December.
The trailer popped, and Jen's like, oh, Dune 3? And then she saw the date. She's like, what? December?
Yeah.
Why are we showing trailers for it now?
Speaking of Dune 3, I saw Robert Pattinson's been added to the cast. And he was actually, I missed it. He was a cameo in this too.
Yeah, I saw it in the bottom there.
Just
something,
a voice. He was a voice of an
voice.
off-screen British Open umpire. So I don't know how anyone was supposed to know that, but
yeah,
obviously he's got the Safdie connection.
Yeah, but not Benny.
No, I think Benny was in it.
So yeah, was in.
I
this?
think he was a ping pong player in the very beginning. I actually meant to check. I'll scroll. But...
Yeah, it doesn't. He did not write or produce or direct it though. So yeah, don't know why that is. If he's just trying to do more on his own or something. Josh, that is.
I think that at some point, right? You just gotta split them apart. Gotta go their separate ways.
It says, according to Wikipedia, in 2024, there was reported that he and his brother would no longer be directing together and would pursue solo careers. So yeah, it doesn't look like it's anything other than just wanting to do their own thing.
Yeah. And then eventually they'll come back together, and then they'll make a big movie, and everybody will make a big deal of it. Like, oh my gosh, the Safdie brothers are back together.
The return.
Right.
He's not
Get all
listed,
hyped
but
up.
I do swear I saw him as like just a random like participant in like in the early tournament.
I think maybe he's just more interested in Benny's just more interested in acting. I mean, he was in Oppenheimer, two years with that one 2 years ago, right? It feels like last year, but no, last year was Anora. Time is just flying by, guys.
So do you think we answered the question, is Chalamet the reason these roles become great, or is he just getting well-written roles for him?
I mean, I think it's probably a combination of both. I think he's obviously at a level where he is not going to have to be in a movie he doesn't want to be in, and he's working with directors that are kind of renowned, and so I think it kind of works for him. He needs to probably find one of those guys to keep pumping out amazing movies, and he could just be in it every time. He's got a relationship with Denis, obviously, from Dune, and Safdie through this, and I mean, I think...
Yeah, and I hadn't even seen a Complete Unknown yet, but I mean, he went deep into that one too. Like you guys are saying, he played ping pong for 3 years, getting ready for this. I think I saw on CBS Sunday Morning or 60 Minutes or something when the interview with him that he was like smoking cigarettes and drinking to try to get into character there, to get his voice right and learn, play guitar and how to sing properly. So he's it's not full on method or whatever. I don't know if anyone says that stuff anymore, but he's dedicated to it, right? And I think that all comes through, and people seem to like that. That he takes the time, takes it very seriously, and it's paying off for him because he's had he can get these roles like you said, and I think after after those two movies in particular, this one, Marty Supreme, and A Complete Unknown, yeah, he's could pretty much write his own ticket and work with whoever he wants, and yeah, he'll probably take something light and very comedic coming up just to kind of ease into it, not have to go full on dramatic again.
Probably not going to be in an opera anytime soon.
or a ballet.
Might have made some enemies on the.
I still haven't seen the clip of the comment. I heard the backlash and what he said more than I've actually seen. I haven't actually seen what he actually said, but I think I saw or heard somewhere that his mom was like a ballet instructor or something like that, so he kind of knew what he was saying.
Yeah, I mean, it's maybe he said the quiet part out loud, but it's like it didn't want to work in ballet or opera because they are art forms where people try to keep this thing alive even though no one cares about it anymore. And maybe I just probably agree. But
whoa, watch out. We want to do this podcast for a while. Don't get canceled, sure. Brady.
We'll run the 2-man weave if Brady's out.
He's but I do like the idea of him kind of going funny and doing something on the comedic side after a whole lot of these. But
well, I mean, he was great when he hosted SNL. He was very, very funny on that stuff, and obviously he could do it. So yeah, I think it'd be really good to see him just go completely silly for a bit and see where that goes.
Yeah, and
I
trust him. Opinion. He's one. If he's in a movie, I'm definitely interested in seeing it. Even though I somehow never saw the Dylan movie, I was adamant I was going to see that.
Yeah, and you probably haven't seen Call Me by Your Name either, have you?
Is that him and Armie Hammer? I have not. I do know about it. But
Brady's full in on Chalamet, except he hasn't seen two of his biggest roles.
I'll tell you what. It's Dune. Don't look up.
As always, everything in our life is falling apart, but we're going to figure it out. You can help us by subscribing to the pod, wherever you listen. Thanks,